is the founder of Strong Village, Mr. Dwayne.
I go to many schools and mentor young men, and I realize like some of them just need somebody just to care, not just care about what I ate today, but care that I'm alive today.
Yeah.
As a father, Strong Village has definitely helped me with the motivation part.
Welcome. Hello, millionaires. So welcome to The Real with Meal. This episode is special. It's special not because of my guests, but it's special because it's honoring fathers. Yeah, Father's Day, you know. So we are not highlighting the negativity that usually is connected to men and being fathers. What we're doing, we're highlighting and we are celebrating the accomplishments, and we are celebrating fatherhood with a father, as well as other fathers that will be mentioned later, that are really, let's say, doing a remarkable job, just being them, right, with their children, as well as individually as people. So yes, I am thrilled right now because I have my friend here. I have someone that I know personally, that is, we don't want to say, well, no, I will say working in the community as well. So you are a fellow, let's say, mentor to the youth as well. But let's get to the point. I have Mr. Dwayne. All right. And he is the founder of Strong Village. And I would like for you to hint a little bit about that. But for right now, I just want to tell you thank you for saying yes.
For sure.
Thank you for agreeing to come and sit down, for me just to ask the questions about you as a father, as a man. I do want to commend you again for all of us as your friends. We see what you're doing. It's not just for social media, how you really are in your personal life. You are definitely a great father, and I'm happy for your children. And my hope is that young men look up to young men that are fathers, especially, that they look up to what you're doing, because we need more like you. Okay. We need more like you. But no, for real, like, yeah, it's to be commended. So thank you for coming in, visiting with The Real with Meal. All right, so Mr. Miller, would you like to go by Mr. Miller or Mr. Dwayne? Which one?
Dwayne is cool.
Dwayne is cool. You want me to put Mr. in front of there or just Dwayne?
Dwayne.
Okay, so Dwayne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am 40 years old, soon to be 41, July 4th.
85er.
Right. Father of three. Olivia, Caleb, Jordan. They are my world. They are, you see me, you see them. And hopefully those who know me or may possibly be my friends, they see how much I post. My babies are everything to me. I try my best to be an active dad, and I know we're gonna get to it, but being an active dad, with a household where your children aren't there, living primarily, sometimes poses its own obstacles, but I try my best to just show them that daddy is there, whatever they need with life, not just activities, just showing up, but from the spiritual side, as far as God, as far as Jesus, as far as being a father, as far as loving, as far as discipline, as far as money, everything, money management, health, your physical health, your mental health, your, the diet, everything in life. Like, yo, yeah, I'm that dad where it's like, yo, did you drink some water today? I'm very particular about my babies being healthy individuals in this society, this crazy world that we live in. Just making sure they have the best and they are equipped for life.
So definitely with the nutrition part, that's why I started to smile to myself, because that was connecting me to Strong Village. Would you say that your influence with your children have made you want to take it outside of the home, to be there for those that do not have active parents? Because I do want to say this, right? Although, and I know you're going to get to this, because I told you this before, I admire the relationship that you have with the mother the mothers of your children is really dope. I like that, actually. But there are not the stereotype that is only bad, let's say, role models as men, as being parents, is always being thrown out there. But there are also, unfortunately, children that are raised with mothers that don't have that presence of, a supportive, loving parent, right? So with you being the father of not just a young male, but also two beautiful young ladies, did that make you want to go out and help others, like to give them what you give your kids?
So kind of like rewind it, but fast forward it. So Strong Village is a mentoring program that I founded with emphasis on fitness for youth in Chicago. I try not to focus just on boys, but mainly it's been the young men. My kids have definitely helped me. Crazy, I went to college for elementary education. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I was going to give back and like just show. My father was that hands-on. Yo, let me show you how to change this tire. Let me show you how to change your oil. Let me show you how to barbecue. Let me show you, this is how you fold your clothes. This is how you clean your clothes. This is how you clean the kitchen. This is how you. My father is a Marine, so sweeping the floor, making a bed. Those things that to start your day off as a accomplishment were instilled extremely early. And that was something I said to my kids early. And I felt like there are so many young boys out here that need that figure to show them like, he's not being mean or whatever. He's being stern. He's being a father figure. He's being this man in our lives. And that's what Strong Village is, man. God has blessed me with a extra knowledge, I would say, extra emphasis, extra effort, extra love for health and fitness. And I feel like, I got to give that. I have to show that. I have to instill that. As many as possible. Mind you, it's just me, and I'm doing that, going through the process of as far as growing. As a team, sometimes it's hard to like make sure your vision is bestowed upon everybody the way you want to. But when you have other people, they're individuals, they're humans. So,
right.
So Strong Village has been definitely one of the crowning moments for me that has an emphasis on when I think about this other kid, I think about my kids. I think about like, what if my son was going through that situation and didn't have anybody? And a lot of times I find out that, I'm here, I'm at these schools, so I have, many relationships, many principals, and I go to many schools and mentor young men, and I realize like, they don't have. Some of them just need somebody just to care, not just care about what I ate today, but care that I'm alive today.
Yeah.
And so I think about my kids. Damn. Do they ever think about like, do they daddy care that they are breathing this morning? Did they woke up? Did they brush their teeth? Did they, got up on the right side of the bed, or they're depressed, or, as these kids get older, they go through things that, us 80s babies didn't have to experience. Social media when the technology boom has been such a blessing.
Yeah, the curse. Well, it can be.
But a misused.
If misused.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to say cursed, but like it has cursed those who are not equipped to manage
it can be a blessing or a curse.
Correct.
If mismanaged, like you stated.
Correct.
Yeah.
But as a father, Strong Village has definitely helped me with the motivation part. As far as like, I know I'm not these kids' fathers, but I definitely think of them as my motivation. Like, to keep me moving forward, to be positive in their lives.
And the reason why I made that correlation, although this is a Father's Day, right? This is a Father's Day interview, and we can possibly visit Strong Village later. But as a mother, with what I do, I'm a mentor. I am by license, by career, profession. I'm a counselor and therapist. And I actually yesterday, ironically, 3 of my former students contacted me one was at 6 in the morning, and 2 others were like throughout the morning to afternoon, randomly from different schools, just reaching out to me. And I was definitely grateful to hear from them, and I'm going somewhere with this. What I was thinking and processing is that my daughter and I, we have a great relationship. So everything that I apply to the parenting with her, I also offer to those young ladies, or offered to those young ladies, because I believe that charity begins at home, right? So I can't give the world nothing that my home is not already receiving. And I was just wondering, is that also your motivation, or has it been like one of your driving, let's say, forces that has made you want to take it, spread it abroad, like the love, the courage, the skills, all the things that you are teaching your children as a father? Did that like really drive you to want to give that to others, you know? Because I mean, you can be like, you know, a major force in the community and come home and your home not even know you. Like that's, hugs are getting on my nerve right now. But yeah, so I mean, a lot of people go through that. And I just wanted to know like if that motivated you with Strong Village. But
So when I decided, a great friend of mine, she's like a sister to me. I'm not gonna say like she is a sister to me. And she asked me, Dwayne, what's your passion? You know, of course, I'm like Christ. I'm like, you know, fitness and health, and thinking of the things that I'm, you know, been blessed with, innate, like to just do. It's like, well, why don't you like apply that? Why don't you give that? And I never thought about it. I'd always tried my best to be the best father that I can. But I'm like, man, you know what, you're right. Can I divvy up my time? Can I give? Like as far as the effort I give my kids, can I give this elsewhere? Can I show this other young boy that he matters? That you're going from 8th grade to high school, man. Like, can I show this kid in transition that it matters? Can I show this kid that's coming from 7th to 8th grade? Can I show, and I've had great success. Mind you can't save everybody. I have some definitely devastating stories that kind of hurt me a little bit, but that is life.
yeah.
But my children have definitely been that motivating force to do the best I can. So like I'm doing the best I can here, but I'm like, will my daughter be proud of me with the effort I gave these kids over here? Will my son be happy that when I tell him about what happened, Dad, you could have, because my kids hold me accountable. That's one thing. We are an accountability driven family.
I like that.
And if they see me slipping, they hold me accountable a lot. And so to answer your question, yes, but you alluded toward their moms, and I am an honest person. Like, I got 3 children. I had 3 kids. I had 3 baby. I don't want to say baby moms because they're not that. They're not that because the stereotype behind baby mom is like,
you don't like that.
I have 3. They got 3 mamas that are, without them, I would not be here today. So I have to give y'all
3
flowers.
mothers. I like 3 mothers. They got 3 mothers.
Facts. Without them, I would not be here today because we are a team.
That's dope.
We understood that, it didn't work out with us, but for our children, we're going to do the best that we can communication-wise, funding, love, Christ. That is the most important, I want to say, factor, is keeping Christ first, keeping God first, and understanding the importance of that. But like I said, to answer that portion of your question when it came to them, Dwayne is not here. Strong Village is not here without them. Because they assist me in my lacks. I didn't know fatherhood. My father was there from day one. Let me say that. He was the epitome of a father, but doing it myself. He passed not too long ago, and at a certain transition in life for me, career-wise and in fatherhood, mature-wise, you start to learn. I'm learning a lot. So like, man, this is my dad, man. This is my dad. Oh, okay, all right. This is what I saw growing up. Oh, okay, I see why he was working so hard. So like, I pray that my children see how hard I work, so they can see the importance of, your hard work, the fruits of your labor are gonna be so sweet and so beautiful and so huge that, it's gonna be so worth it. When you work hard for yourself, you hold it more close and more dearly. So fatherhood for me, I put in that same realm as far as working hard to be a father, to be a great father. I'm not gonna be right all the time. My oldest, she's 17. She's emotional. She is a 17-year-old. So getting her a car and trying to communicate with her and trying to make sure she don't even care about talking to me. Hey, Dad, can I have? Hey. And I remember when I was a kid, when I was that age, I'm like, I ain't really do too much about my dad. Like, it was gas money, lunch money, clothes money. That's at that age, it's like, Dad, I love you. But so for me, that as a father, that transition of, this my baby. Come on, baby, we going here she don't want to go. It's me, you don't want to go. She's
17. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like I said, having my 11-year-old Caleb and my youngest Jordan, they keep me grounded and keep my feet moving, keep me working. But yeah, they, like I said, I speak an emphasis about them because with everything I do in life, I keep them in mind, because every step is not a failed step. For me, it's not a failed step. It has a purpose. And making sure that I don't fail them. I got to make sure that every step is not a failed step. It's like, nah, that step ain't worth taking. I'm going to go over here. A lot of us sometimes think about ourselves and what we want. And when you put those other things that matter in your decisions, you tend not to move a certain direction. You tend to make different decisions life-wise. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I can't go do this because, 3-4 months down the line, that may affect my baby may be going on this trip or prom or need braces. Oh, braces was a time.
Well, see,
so
you went into a question I was about to ask you, which I think you were summing it up, and I know there's more. How has becoming a father also changed you as a man? Because I feel as if, like, with being a parent, I was a parent at 22, 23. So it made me more driven. It made me focused. Like, you could say motivated, but definitely I watch how I move, and I always say that. Like, I watch how I move because I know my daughter watching. So it's just, I know I have that idea. You being a fellow parent, similar. Have you ever experienced the same idea or thought?
A few years ago, it hit me that, man, my kids are watching everything I do. My son asked me a very personal question, and it was one of those, as a parent, you try to answer the questions as they come, and you got the answer. As a parent, you're supposed to have the answer. I didn't have the answer. It had to do with fatherhood, and it made me sit back because I didn't have anybody to go ask. My father had just passed away.
Oh, wow.
So it was him alluding to something about Papa, his granddad, and him at a young age. He was like 8 or 9. He's 11 now, but he was like, Dad, I'm like, and it really reshaped how I moved as a father. Literally, from my attitude, from how I got up, from how I moved, how I cooked, how I got dressed, how I interacted with them, because how your energy pours onto them. So if you walk around with this attitude of disdain, that's pouring onto your kids.
Yeah.
When you walk around with positive, like, even if something wrong happens, it's okay. You let's get a solution. All right, so what are we gonna do? That happened. For example, we were on a road trip. We had a flat tire. It delayed some things. We were supposed to go see this exhibit a few states away. We weren't gonna make the time. Instead of pouting about it, being upset, like, let's change this tire. Let's get up. Let's be solution oriented. You know what I mean? And changing my attitude. They're looking at me. I'm the leader. That's going to, in their DNA, help them as they grow. they're going to be like, as they get older, yo, just because we get hit with these obstacles and these hurdles does not mean we give up.
Correct.
That does not mean we fall apart. No. What can we do? What's the solution? What can we do to fix it? What can we do to move forward and be progressive in, what we do as humans? And I think of them being older. I can't think of a lot of us parents. That's my baby. That's my baby. This age. I literally had to think about my son at 40. I'm 40 now.
Mm-hmm.
What does my son at 40 look like? My baby, Jordan. I still call her my baby. She's 8.
She will always be your baby.
What does she look like at 26? What does Olivia look like at 32?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm affecting everything I do, from work, from my businesses, from my health. Let's say, Lord forbid, I get sick. That's going to affect them as they grow. I have to be healthy. I have to stay as healthy and active, as positive as possible, because that's going to affect them going forward. So them changing me as a father, to answer your question.
Well, as a man.
Well, as a man, fatherhood is manhood. That's part of manhood. That's part of like, yo, tie your shoes up, pull your pants up, tighten your belt, do what you're supposed to. It's not about you no more. So fatherhood and manhood go intertwined, because you ain't got the choice. When you decide that you don't have a choice, when you decide that, yo,
that's parenthood.
It's not that, exactly.
That's parenthood across the board.
It's not about me. It's about them. And when you make it about them, and you make every decision you make, am I gonna go spend this money? Am I gonna go on this trip? Am I gonna go out with the guys this night? Am I gonna go splurge over here? Am I gonna live this lifestyle? My lifestyle is, yes, as you, I may drink, eat, whatever. Like, yo, I gotta be healthy as possible. I need my babies to see their daddy, working out, drinking water, eating vegetables, fruit, healthy mind state.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All of that is important. When they get up, hey, Dad, good morning. Hey, good morning. I have to set the tone for them for life.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. Even if I'm tired, I have to set the tone for them for life. And like I said, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge their mothers, because I've been blessed with people that understand the importance of community. When I say community, it means we're in this together.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't together, but we're in
but
this.
You're still a family with the kids.
Exactly, we're in this together. This ain't about us.
Correct.
So when I call, and this is my homie, like, yo, you're my friend. We got a son. We have a daughter. We're a community together for them.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to set aside, the emotional differences, the other differences that may arise, for the betterment of your child. I think that's been one of the most pivotal things in my life, because it helped me realize that, yo, not only it's not just me and it's about them, but it's not just me. I have a team with me to help me with this, because I got the father questions, but as children,
they need both.
They
need both.
They got mothers too.
Yes.
So like, yo, as a father, I'm answer this way, but yo, this is how I feel. How you feel? Yo, how can we come together and make that? So sometimes my son come ask me a certain question, and I'm saying this because this is man to boy, male to male. I have answers that his mother doesn't have, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Correct.
And my daughters, their mothers have answers that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
But when their mothers do call and ask, yo, Jordan asked this, Olivia's going through this, I told her that, what are your thoughts? And I give my thoughts. And they actually encourage it, care about it, use it, think about it, implement it. That's community. That's maturity.
That's community. That's putting the kids first.
Correct.
And a lot of us, it's not just men and it's not just women. There are bitter men and women out there that do not put the children first. And again, that's why this segment is happening right now. Because just to highlight, I know you're not the only one, but you're definitely if I could have top 5, you're definitely in that top 5 of and I mean that, of fathers that set that bar of this is what matters. Family matters, because if you did have the bitter situation, you could be the one that is like, no, look, I see the bigger picture. But if the other parent, if you all are not working together, it still makes the child in an uncomfortable position. So when adults can be adults, and I always say this, children they didn't ask to be born. We made the choice to follow through. So don't treat them like they are let's say a mistake, or as if like they are embarging upon your time, like they throwing you off. Nah, you made that choice. So actually, I look at it like this. I really do believe this. They was chilling in heaven. Like, they was chilling. You and your partner decided one good night, one good afternoon, whenever it occurred, to say, okay, let's bring you on down. And you interrupted their peace. So don't watch how you handle God's children. And I tell my daughter this all the time. Like, when I stand before God, he's going to question me on how I parented you. So I take a different mindset towards that. Others may not agree with it. People may say whatever. But at the end of the day, I have one to answer to. And that's God. So am I really, and did I give this my all, right? So I thank you for giving another perspective to it. Because, again, our men, and I'm going to say our as in black men, you all receive a bad rap.
We do.
Y'all really do. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I equally know men and women equally that operate out of bitterness, that operate out of trauma, that operate out of woe is me. And so I can't just say it's just black men. And I definitely can't say it's just black women either. It's truly, it's a system. It's a system that they being the government, has created and continue to keep us divided. And our children are suffering because of it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm grateful that I'm able to have this interview. But I have another, and it's crazy because the phone went dead, right? But I got like 2 more questions. We're not going to be much longer. The first question that is like, won't leave my mind is, do you ever feel as if, like, as a man, right, and then a father, that is always expected for you to be the strong one, to keep a smile? Like, do you ever feel as if, like, your feelings are not taken into consideration?
So, that's a 2-part answer. Yes, and it's super. And the way I was raised as the man, thank you, Lord, put the weight on my shoulders. God made men strong for a reason. God gave us commandments as men, to carry that weight. I think social media and society today has tried to make us share that. Like, y'all supposed to so 50-50 and all that. Nah, man. So yes, I do feel like, yes, I'm looked at as supposed to always be the strong one, always supposed to be the leader, the positive, the whatever. Like, I don't hurt. Do I hurt? Yes. Do I get tired? Yes. Am I frustrated? Yes.
Now, do you have an outlet?
My outlet.
For that?
So, well, yeah, my outlet, prayer, and knowing the greater good. When you actually can stop and realize the situation, for me, and realize what's going on. This is a moment in time. What is the outcome? What is it going to be? What do we want the outcome to be? What is the future? What can we, all right, this is what we want it to be. You can't live in the right now. A lot of times the right now will make you make irrational decisions. And in trying to understand, I have to think about, like I said, think about my daughter at 32. Think about my daughter at 26. Think about my son at 40. Thinking about that helps me in those moments where I'm lost. Help me in those moments where I may not have the answer or the right answer, or maybe confident in myself, or maybe tired, maybe literally drained, because those are moments where it's like, all right, I have to be their provider. I have to be their protector. I have to make sure that this house that we have is theirs. I have to make sure that when they open the refrigerator, it's food in there. And that's a blessing. That is a blessing. But like I said, what comes before that? Prayer, what comes before that? God realized, like, yo, hey, God, it's just me. It's me and you. I need this help. I need the guidance. I need the reassurance that everything is going to be okay. And a lot of times it's hard because that faith, that reassurance / faith, you can't see it. You don't know it. You just have to have it. Just know.
Experience
have
yeah.
faith that God is going to provide and help and give that. The mentorship for me, I've been blessed with, and this part of the answer.
I was waiting for you to say.
I've been blessed.
I'm like in my head.
I've been blessed with mentors, a couple pastors that have reshaped my life. Ever since the death of my father, I've been like trying to navigate it myself, and we were never meant to navigate it alone.
Correct.
We were never meant to do it by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Pastor O'Neill, and this is crazy. It's two of them. Another Pastor O'Neill.
Right. Yeah, that O'Neill name is like.
Right. Both of them have challenged me as a man, helped guide me as a man, counseled me as a man, prayed for me as a man, helped me pray because a lot of times I didn't know how to pray. Their fathers, their husbands, and they've been able to, and they're not perfect either, of course.
No one is.
But I've been putting in their life, and they've been putting in my life for a reason, and to recognize that God has been so amazing in, like I said, those moments where I don't have. I've been blessed to have somebody to call, to text, to get either reassurance, to get counsel, to get therapy, to get advice, because the times get heavy. A lot of people don't understand what us fathers go through.
Correct. That's what I was gonna go to, and I'm not sorry to cut you off, but I know as a man, like you're that type of person where it's like, yo, like I was born, it's in my DNA, da 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 da, and let it be understood. I respect that. I see a strength when I think of men. I see strength, right? Like I talk the most stuff when I'm around the men in my life. Like if we going out, I'm probably talking stuff, and you probably like, Millie, shut up. If it's the cousins, da 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 da. Like I feel safe around men. It's that security because that's what you all represent, in my opinion, right? However, you're still human, and although, you may not handle things such as women do, but you were not born to.
Correct.
So that's not expected, right? However, counsel, therapy, or a therapist, a mentor, that's something that I was going to ask you about, right? So you went all in it. Because some men feel as if like all they need is just to read the Bible and Holy Spirit will speak. Now, yes, the word is true. Holy Spirit will reveal to you all things. If you ask, if you pray, fast, go before the Lord. Just be ready to hear what God has to say. But that's very true. However, God operates through people. That's how his spirit is experienced, through people, not just by throwing objects around and you just like, whoa, how did that glass move, right? There are some people that do not believe in the things that I just mentioned, but even the kings in the Bible had wise counsel around them. Counselor is mentioned all through the word. Even Christ is described as a wonderful counselor. So when you talk to individuals, and usually it's men, or let's say like older people, like baby boomers, silent generation, when you speak to them, it's like they shy against it. And it's like, why, when the word, because some of them are believers that shy against it, when it's like, but if you live and you practice after the teachings of this faith is listed there. And I believe that there are some things that I'm going to keep it on men because it's Father's Day. I want to say people in general, but there are some things that men carry that will not be as hard or heavy if they did consult the right counsel, mentors, like such as yourself.
You have to look at over time, seeking help and needing help wasn't always praised. Sometimes it was shunned upon. You were looked at as a man. You want to be strong. Exactly. You want to be the strong one. You want to be the confident one. You want to be the leader. You want to be the king of the castle. No matter if my kingdom is on fire, but I'm the king of this castle. You know what I mean? And not knowing. So a lot of times it was trying to point to seek counsel because it looked weak. It looked like now it wasn't your castle, it's this person's too, because he helped you. And you have to reach a point in life where you are able to accept help. A lot of us have a problem with not only seeking help, but accepting that help.
Yeah.
You could say you're going to therapy, but if you're not implementing the things from that therapist, what are you doing? You're wasting your time and money. You know what I mean? So it's acknowledgement, it's accountability, and realizing that, yo, I don't have all the answers. And that's what it took for me. It took for me not having my dad to call. To be completely honest, like I said, I didn't know marriage growing up. I had beautiful aunties that were married longer than I've been born. Uncles that, been around in my life when my dad was a kid. But when it's your father, that's who you see. And a lot of times it was, I didn't have it. He left at an intricate time in life. I was a father when he left. My kids were very young. I was still trying to find myself. And in finding myself, he left.
Yeah.
So it was almost like God was like, all right, now who you gonna call? And still grieving to this day, just the loss of that person, but knowing that, God left me in good hands. And understanding I have friends that are fathers, amazing fathers. I have friends that are amazing husbands. And what did I want for my life? And in knowing and asking those questions, when you ask those questions for yourself, you start to move a certain direction in your life. So if I wanted to be a better father, I wanted to be surrounded by better fathers.
Correct.
In wanting to be a better husband, you want to be around better husbands. You want to be around husbands. And once to be a better friend, you want to be around people that are accountable, that are loyal, that are, strong-willed, you don't want yes people. They don't have, in my opinion, your best interests at heart at all. So for me, the difficult part was, I wasn't humanizing myself, or having that humility to be like, all right, I'm broken. I can't fix myself. And that piggybacks off in fatherhood, that piggybacks off in strong village, an understanding that these kids, my kids, don't have it. And I'll be darned, I want to say the other word, if I allow society to make that decision for them.
Yeah.
To steer them, hey, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be learning this. No, I'm sorry, I'm their father. I'm going to teach them how to do this, do that, and learn this, in community with their mothers, in community with my cousins, my uncles, my aunties, my other friends. So it is extremely important to understand that strong village, the motto is because it takes a village. It is not just the village itself that is the chief of everybody. It takes all of us. So in community and knowing that this is your house that we're at, but you got your neighbor, you got that neighbor, you got that neighbor. We're all working together to make this community a better place. And when you think about family, that's what it takes too. So if you take family and community and make them the same way, you move the same way. And that's how I had to be. I had to ask my homie, your son, how old is he now? He's 17. My son can be 10. When he was 10, did he do this? Did he exhibit that? How'd you handle that? My daughter, she's experimenting a little bit. I'm nervous. She don't live with me. How can I, you know what I mean?
How can I support her?
You know what's crazy? Even with people with kids with special needs, that's a community.
Yeah.
You're not by yourself. You know what I mean? And when you accept the help, accept the other advice and the people that have been through, you know what I mean? Those are people you could take a breath, put your head on their shoulder, and kind of rely on the help. With God didn't put us. God didn't just make one. He didn't make Adam. Adam, by yourself, man.
So can you continue to let us know why do you love being a father so much again? which is really dope, by the way.
Fatherhood has shown me a part of me that I didn't know existed. It made me work for something outside of myself. It made me be selfless. It made me realize what I would die for.
Now, I feel like where the collection plate? Like put the chair out. Put the chair out. He's about to do an altar call right now for all the fathers. Like, no, I'm serious.
Because I have some amazing friends. I promise you, if I could name them all, it's about a good 50 to 60. And I have so many friends that are amazing fathers.
That's dope.
That are like, they babies. Now, whatever happened in their marriage, in their relationships, that's that. But when it comes to their kids, we come together and we talk. And I think that was important for me with fatherhood, is connecting with other fathers. No matter what the situation, I have friends that are unfortunately going through divorces. I have friends that are happily married. I have friends that are single parents, and we all come together to help each other. We all have and are coming together in those particular situations to be there for one another in fatherhood, in brotherhood, and I think, like I said, that community standpoint of you don't know, there's no manual on being a great father. It's not about the amount of money. It's not about the amount of time. It's not about the amount of things. It's something that's always just intrinsic to life that we have. So, like I said, fatherhood in my life has been one of the absolutely dopest things. Like my son, he'll make certain faces I make. My daughter would make certain tones that they'll sleep. I go in there. As a parent, you go check in on the kids. Like, you be sleeping, you wake up in the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. You breathing? You breathing too? You breathing too, because those little people are your broke best friends. They are your everything. Look at you for everything. So when they're looking at you, man, you gotta have it. And that's one of the driving forces in me having to have it. I have to have it. It's not about me. It ain't about my money. It's their money. It ain't about my house. It's their house. It's not about my belongings. This stuff belongs to them. I can't go out here, trick it off, mess it up, do whatever, because at the end of the day, I may be messed up, but guess what? They messed up too. They can't rely on daddy. Daddy ain't there, or daddy made bad decisions, or daddy this, that, and the other. So it drives me to make the best decisions as possible. Man, I'm not perfect. I'll be the first one. I ain't perfect. I'm not perfect at all. But when it comes to them,
well, you just said I'm still on like the first few seconds.
No, look at your lip.
What? Oh my God, the gum. Shut up. I'm not perfect, right? I can't stand you sometimes. Anywho, no, but I'm still stuck on what you were willing to die for, right? Because I believe it was Martin Luther King that said, in terms of with you having found and discovered what you're willing to, or what you would die for, that's being alive, that's living. And maybe you know the quote, because wasn't he?
He is one of my frat brothers.
He's one of your frat brothers, so I'm sure you guys learned the quote. But
I know the quote that you're talking about, and it just emphasizes once you find what you're willing to die for, you'll find what you're willing to live for.
That part. Yes. There's a yeah.
And I'm living for my babies as a father, as a man of God. I love, because when you think about fatherhood, like,
think about the best father.
That's what I'm saying. You got on Father's Day, I'm thanking God.
And that's not taking credit. You know what I'm saying? That's not taking nothing away from your actual blood dad, who's unfortunately, you have my condolences still, who's no longer here.
That man made me everything that I am, and I'm fortunate. I am beyond the point of tears of sadness, more so tears of joy. Thanks, Dad, for being here. As long as God allows you to be here for me, you know what I mean, and give me what you gave me. And I've had other people that God put in place to help step in to keep these feet moving in a positive direction.
But see, that goes back to you giving praise to God, because as I said like moments ago, he acts through people. His spirit is seen through people. His spirit is experienced by our children through us, right? And as being my daughter's sole provider and in acting in home, right? There have been several times when I have like felt the presence of God rest upon me and say, apologize to that girl. You went too far. You just yelled. And she didn't deserve that. Go in there and sit down, have a conversation, call her in, talk with her, pray, all that, straight up, right? And I always, again, I go back to it. I know God is going to hold me accountable for how I parent you, because I have felt his chastisement. I felt his love come over me when I've done something correct or when I have dropped the ball. And that's why I can tell my daughter, I apologize, I was wrong for that. Okay, I spoke too soon. All of that builds relationship. All of that shows your children that it's just not my way or the highway. It lets them know that their feelings matter. It lets them know that they're important. And God teaches that through us. We're their gatekeepers. That's what I describe parents as. We are literally like their first of everything in this world. Like your first role model, honestly, your parents. So when our parents step up to the plate and they do that, salute, hats off. And then you have some that, for various reasons, that don't do that. But what I'm grateful for with God is that he will send what you need, such as the mentors that he sent you. That even though your father has went on to, and I'm going to say to glory, your father has went on to glory, God still yet remembers you to send you what you need. And he's done that for many of us. Wherever, because there's no parenting manual, right? Our parents are not perfect. We not perfect. They're not perfect. Grace should always be extended. But when God sees it, there's a lack that is not going to make you equipped for what he purposed you to do or be. He will definitely send just what you need. And he operates through people. And because we're coming to a close, I'm going to say again, I'm grateful for you as a father that you are allowing God to use you. To not just be that for your children, and you don't even look at that as like possibly as being used because you're doing what you naturally are led to do, but definitely when you are being that for others' children that are not your biological children, but that you are yet giving them the same unconditional love, understanding, chastisement, which I always say discipline with love. And that's why I've never got a complaint when I was a teacher, especially. I've never got a complaint about Miss Millie was too hard, or Miss Griffin was too hard on me, because it was discipline out of love, and my voice projects. So I'm not a whisperer, right? Because they could feel that love. And that's the reason why it's not good to just give kids whatever they want, or to think that you can buy love. Money does not buy love. Just being a yes person is not going to make sure that your child is equipped emotionally and mentally for the journey that they have ahead, because no one owes you nothing. Life don't owe you nothing. So unfortunately, there are parents that show love in that way. They may curse you out, but then they go buy items that cost $200 and $300, and they feel as if like that isn't an apology. But the truth is that child now is scarred emotionally and mentally. So we have to do better. And if you want, I'm gonna say this, men, if you want someone that is real, that is going to not make you feel like you weak or silly or stupid or a coward for asking questions, for feeling as if like, I didn't get it right this time, but, I don't want to admit this to my children because I don't want them to see me as being weak. Or I don't want to admit this to possibly even your wife, your significant other, because everyone comes to you for strength and understanding. I'm grateful to be able to nominate this gentleman right here. Yeah, I just really just nominated you. This gentleman right here. Possibly reach out to him. Hey, reach out to him. It's strength in. It's definitely strength in numbers, but it's strength in knowing that you are accepted for who you are. No one has all the right answers. So I would listen to someone like him that can admit that he doesn't have all the right answers, but yet he keeps himself open to have mentors, to have a therapist, to have someone that he even relates to. Why? Because it's a human thing. You're not weak for being you. I would say weak will come in when you are too prideful to admit that you need help. So, yeah, I really just nominated you, Dwayne. My bad. Like, for real, I just kind of spoke for him. But I mean, he has a good heart. I don't see him like turning down helping.
I figured, God has given me many blessings, and the more that I don't look at helping as a hindrance or a burden, the more that I can help. Honestly, that's joyful for me. That's a joyful part of life. Seeing somebody progress from something that you've been able to help them with. Mm-hmm. So yeah, reach out. My info will be included in this video. I'm here, whether it's a collective, whether it's a classroom, whether it's a group, whether it's a person, whatever. I'm here. So just let me know.
Strong village. Now, this is like truly the end, Oh, I forgot to mention I'm a minister too. So we have a lot of closings, but no, this is like the final closing. This is the final question. Mr. Dwayne, what words of encouragement would you like to give? I was at first thinking young fathers, but I don't think that what God has done for you in teaching and with instilling the wisdom that he's giving you and the understanding is great for young, but it's not just for them. I would say it's across all generations of men. So what advice would you give the father that feels as if they don't have any hope? That's feeling real hopeless, that's feeling possibly abandoned, possibly as if I should just give up because it's been like this for so long. My child is not going to forgive me, or I'm not going to climb out of this predicament that I'm in, so I might as well just ignore it until it goes away, etc., etc. What advice would you give them?
That is that's a very deep question, but I'm gonna make it simple.
This ain't the end. This is not the end. Failure happens. Disappointments happen. Just because a decision didn't go your way or things didn't go your way, that is not the final. So just know that you have people, you have God, and there's always a way to change. If something is not going your way, if something didn't go your way, if you're lost, you're not by yourself. God made 7 billion people on this planet. You would be crazy to think that you're the only one going through this situation, whatever situation, by yourself. So with that being said, there are outlets, there are people, there are ministries, there are connections, there are therapies, there are facilities, for you. So like I said, for me, at the end of hit me up. If you feel like you're lost, if you feel like you don't have the answer. I may not have the answer, but guess what? You're not by yourself. I can assure you, the answer I give you is, I can tell you, you're not by yourself, that would help you. So in life, we don't have the answers. We don't know this book of life that God has made. We don't know the next page. The next page, we're living it as it goes. God knows. So just keep faith, man. Try your best. I would be crazy to tell you just be happy. No. Try your best. All right.
Thank you. I told you guys that it was worth the wait. It was worth not so much of the wait. It was worth the time to actually listen to a man that can speak on fatherhood and how he loves being a father, and also not to put himself on this pedestal of it only applies to me, you all right, but to include himself in the journey, in the struggle, all of that, with us. It's humility, and I love it. I love it. Well, everyone, that wraps up The Real with Mio. We thank you for tuning in for this lovely Father's Day edition. Keep us in your prayers. Us being those that are doing God's business within the earth, especially Mr. Miller here. Keep him lifted up, right? Society paints a negative image of men in general, regarding fatherhood. But those that stand out, he may make it look easy, but I'm sure his strength is encouraged by the prayers that go up for him. So remember him. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. So until we meet again, you continue to be amazing. And thank you again for tuning in to The Real with Mio. Happy Father's Day.